G'day everyone, Adam here going overland. This week I want to talk to you about what was stolen on our big lap of Australia and how dangerous is it to travel Australia. Alright everyone, welcome back. Another week, another video. This week I wanted to talk to you about on our big lap of Australia and all our other trips that completed that big lap of Australia. What was stolen, how dangerous is it, where were we scared, and what we used for security. So let's start off with what we used for security. 93 GQ Patrol, very easy to break into, very simple. You could probably break into it with a screwdriver and a hammer and bust the locks open. So look, with the car we have a club lock for the steering wheel and we have a immobilizer. Pretty simple setup. The club lock's for a visual thing. It's pretty, I don't know, ancient technology, so I don't know, it works. Never been stolen, so gotta say it must work. With the security of the car, all our valuables go into the very back and it's triple locked. So it's got the factory door lock and then they also get locked into the rear drawers, which have their own locks. For me that wasn't enough security, so what I also did is added a padlock and a very secure setup where I figured anyone with a hammer belting at it will not get through it. Possibly, I don't know, you'd have a grinder for maybe 10 minutes on it to cut through it. You could probably get into it, but for me that was peace of mind, just so I could sleep at night time knowing that if someone broke a back window or anything, they still could not get to our valuables. The camper trailer's got locks all the way around it. Once again, they're more a visual thing. If someone had a big crowbar, you could break into it. We added underneath the bed, we added a slide lock, a shed lock with a padlock as well, so that way when we have the trailer set up we can lock our valuables under the bed, because with being the pop top, anyone could just open the zipper up and climb through over the door. Things we also have is we have the sensor lights. I've shown you guys those on previous trips. Really just a visual thing they are, a bit of a deterrent if we're in an area a bit unsure. We'd put one on the car, maybe one facing forward, one facing backwards. We also have on the Max tracks, they're only wing nutted onto the roof racks on the car, so I added a padlock on there. I don't think anyone's ever tampered with it because those wing nuts have always been tight. It looks like no one's ever loosened them to try and get those recovery boards off, and they're a couple $100 a pair. So when we go somewhere and we leave the trailer set up, or even if we got to go down a four-wheel drive track and leave the trailer in a car park or something like Calcup Hill and also the Western Lost City in Lemon National Park, we have a DO35 hitch lock. Pretty simple setup. Looks very strong in my opinion. Looks really hard if you had a battery grinder to cut through it. You could do it, it would take a bit of time. So that's just a bit of a deterrent. So anyone who wanted to steal that trailer, they would A, have to have the DO35 hitch on their car, and B, try and get through that lock. Okay, I want to talk to you about how we felt with safety on the trip. Look, most of the times we camp out of the towns and out of the cities. That's the kind of people we are, and that's what we enjoy. And whenever we're out of those places, we always felt secure. There's never been a place where we've worried about our security when we're 20 kilometers out of town. We always get a great night's sleep. The only issue, only fearful place was Cooper Pedy, and I don't know if it was more fearful because we're in a park with a big fence around it, barbed wire fence. If that heightened my senses of fear in the area, because we've stayed at places like Kununurra, and there was 4 or 5 different caravan parks in the town. They had all big fences, all barbed wire and all that. And we drove past one just on the edge of town, had no fences, and it looked like a great place. And we stayed there, and it was perfect. We had no issues at all. I had no worries at all, and I felt really comfortable in that place. So, look, it's I don't know. It's a hard thing to judge. It's probably a bit of experience comes down to it, and a little bit of with that experience, we're not actually thinking about the places we camp because we just know in our guts if it feels right or not. Alright, so let's talk about what's been stolen on our trip around Australia and all our previous trips. Nothing at all has been stolen. We have never had anything stolen. Whether it's because we do camp in those faraway places, but at times like this, we got a town 2 kilometers up the road. We're free camping with no one else around us. Yeah, look, I don't know what it is. We're always mindful, and we also assess a risk in an area. So look, if it's a very, I don't know, if we're very unsure about an area, if we just have this gut feeling it doesn't feel right, we won't camp there. We'll move on to the next area, or we'll find a spot that's sort of hidden away, or worst case scenario, you find a secure area where there's lots of campers. Once again, once we're in the bush, we've always felt safe. We've never had a problem. I want to give you a couple of examples. One night on the trip, we were in the Northern Territory. It was 35 degrees at 9 o'clock at night. So we left the fridge in the back of the car all the way open, all the way out, so we could breathe all night long. And I slept like a baby. I didn't have any fear of something happening. Another night on a previous trip, we went up to Cape York and we camped outside of Cowan in the creek in the free area. And it was before we had kids, and I had a few drinks that night. I put all the valuables on the driver's seat. So I had my wallet, my phone, my camera, the car keys, all on the driver's seat. Had the door wide open, brushed my teeth, and without thinking about it, I went straight up to the rooftop tent and forgot about all that stuff on the front door, on the front seat. Woke up halfway through the night, heard a noise. I looked down, I saw the door open, I thought, oh, bugger, someone's trying to break into the car. Raced down there, there was no one there, and there's all my valuables sitting there. So, you remember that?
Yeah, Pizhead.
So, I just got to say, Australia is a fantastic place, and I'm sure you guys have got some horror stories out there. We know one family who were camped, where were they camped?
In Kalgoorlie, in one of the
Kalgoorlie, one of the caravan parks. They had the window of their truck smashed.
Like all their petrol money, $2,500.
They had money sitting in a wallet, and they stole it. So look, that's one of the reasons why I do like our setup, where everything gets put in the drawers gets locked, the back of the car gets locked, then the padlock gets put on there.
They really don't.
If someone does smash a window, they cannot get into those drawers. It's very difficult. So look, things like that do happen. And look, my heart goes out to you travellers if that has happened to you, because I know how much of a pain it is. Replacing your gear, getting your gear fixed. It's not just the fact that they've taken something. Look, we've heard stories about people having their fridges outside at night and people stealing beer out of the fridges. We've never had an issue like that. So look, there are probably some places where you shouldn't camp. So just have it in your mind. Like, if you don't feel right about an area, don't camp there. Just move on. Find somewhere where you're comfortable. There's always 20 minutes up the road, there's always another free camp. So for us, we've had a great run. We've never had anything stolen, and we love traveling like this.
Yeah, I guess probably the worst thing about anything like that happens is it ruins your sense of trust or something as well. So I don't know, if anything like that happened again, I don't know how I'd feel about traveling, but I'm sure it does happen. I'm sure one day we might get unlucky and that might happen to us. At night time, we don't leave any valuables out. We leave the table. Many valuables anyway. No, like cameras, mainly things as cameras, wallets, and phones. We'd never worry about the chairs being stolen. We sometimes put them in the car so they don't get condensation on them if we don't have the awnings out. But we leave clothes out drying overnight, towels,
all that stuff, and we never have a worry about anything like that getting stolen. But I just wanted to give you guys you know, a good feel story, you know, not always that doom and gloom and that fear that you hear a lot on Facebook about all the horrible things that happen on the lap of Australia. There are some great stories out there. Ours is one of them. We've had nothing but great experiences. We loved it. We would do it again in a heartbeat. And you know, and we don't have that fear at night time when we're sleeping or anything like that. Australia is a fantastic country to travel. It is super safe. Probably one of the safest countries in the world to free camp and travel and explore. And yeah, we love it. So all in all, look, Australia is a really safe place to travel. You don't have to be too careful and too worried, but at the same time, follow your gut instinct. If a place doesn't feel right, don't camp there. Move on. Find somewhere that feels nice and safe, and you know, you'll know from experience and just from your gut, right? Just life experience will tell you where it's safe to camp and where not. Look, we've never had an issue. Like I said, there's been some horror stories, but just remember, sometimes people exaggerate. Sometimes people flat out lie. Take note of what they're saying, but also don't let it stop you traveling Australia, because it is a fantastic country to travel.
Every other country is still good, but
Australia's just fantastic. We love it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Really helps spread our channel around.
Subscribe and comment down below. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
All right, guys, that's this week's episode. Thanks for watching. Look, if you want to know anything more about our security or our travels around Australia, check out our channel. We've got heaps of videos on there. Big lap of Australia. We've got all our prep videos. We've got some of our camping gear, rig rundowns, camper trailer rundowns. All that's on our channel, guys. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps you guys out. Just understanding what's involved in a big lap and the security, because I was a bit unsure about some of the areas we were going to, but we loved every area. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.